My name is Chevy Noir. I'm a contemporary expressionist, and yeah, I make really cool renditions of moments that we experience as people, and I kind of interpret them in a way that I see it personally. So we are in Arts on Main at Ramushu Art Gallery, and right now we have the Noirressance postgrad exhibition by yours truly, Chevy Noir. And this is basically a exhibition that I put together to graduate mainly. But I kind of wanted to put myself in the space to say like I am an artist, because most graduations up one day, people come through, congratulations and out. But I wanted to be like an entire experience to kind of, show the world and people what I want to put out as an artist. These are just the breadcrumbs, or the beginning seeds. It's putting water in the pot. There's no ingredients yet, it's just water in the pot. So that's basically what we've got up on the walls right now. The first time when I ever saw art, my brother was the first artist who I saw creating an art piece, and he had repainted a logo, and he painted it so realistic that it blew my mind, and then obviously that was like, I think I was in grade 3 at that point. Fast forward to grade 11 or 10, then in art class they gave us these textbooks, and the first artist I saw was Michelangelo. And I saw the Final Judgment, I saw the David, I saw Leonardo da Vinci, the Vitruvian Man, which was a sketch, not an art piece, and also the Last Supper. And that's kind of what inspired me to kind of say, if I'm going to be an artist, I need to make a statement. I can't just paint stick figures. I can't just drop a splatter of paint on a canvas and say that's an art piece. I really have to sit down with it and really dive into what I'm creating. So that's where it kind of started initially. Fast forward to years later, I think over 10 years now, I'm graduating from Artist Pro Studio, which is a printmaking institution. And I thought to myself, what kind of statement can I make to myself before anyone else? What kind of statement can I make to myself to say, I am here now and I'm going there? And the first thing that came to mind was revisit young Chevy and let's have a conversation and see where we are now in terms of that progress. So a lot of my art is also dealing with kind of like hidden traumas, looking at the triggers and the things that bother us in our minds, also developing the child in us. So the exhibition looks back at the goals and aspirations that little Chevy had, and looking at where big Chevy is now and seeing whether we've actually developed and actually grown. So it was years in the making, but subliminally so, which also the work interprets, because a lot of the stuff that inspired my work are conversations that I have with existentialism. I created an avatar for myself to deal with that, existing in that realm of existentialism. So I kind of brought him out and said, okay, my guy, we've had these chats for the past year, past 2 years, past 3 years. We've subliminally had these conversations for the past 10 years. Where are we now? Because from here going forward, we are with the world, we are with the people. I am an artist now. I can still say I'm emerging, but yeah. So it took that long to kind of, the concept has been fermenting for that long. To get the works done also, I think I work quick. I'm one of those guys. Barring, don't work hard. I don't work hard, work smart. So I work very smart with my stuff. It took me like a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get all the works in the space put together. Some of them were made in 2023, 2022. But again, it took me like a very quick, 2 days to get it all done. But yeah, that's how we came up with Noirressance. This is a very important, pivotal moment in this whole journey that is Noirressance. These works here are reinterpretation of the touch Well, I called the series is titled The Touch, but they're reinterpretations of the creation of Adam. That moment on the Sistine Chapel that Michelangelo painted where God is touching Adam, it's called the creation of Adam for people who don't know. So when I looked at that moment in the Sistine Chapel, I wanted to kind of say, when I was reinterpreting, obviously, the works themselves, I wanted to reinterpret them in the perspective that I was perceiving them from. One thing which had me very curious was to see what was Adam actually looking at and what was God actually looking at when they were having that moment together. And because now my works come and are inspired by limbo and existentialism, the environment that they exist in is empty in a way. It's like that mind, that dreamscape, like, blank, limbo, very atmospheric, but like empty. So we have the moments separated, which is basically Adam on that side over there, and we have the divine over here. I don't call him Adam, it's called the mundane. So the mundane over there and the divine over here. And then on this side, we have all the tests. So when I talk about the tension that's experienced over here, this is the tension that I experienced myself. Because here are all the tests of how I came up and built up to the final art pieces over there. You see good moments, you see bad moments, you see moments of inspiration, moments of like difficulty. You find moments that like are more easy to soak in, more moments that throw you off. So I wanted to invite people into that intimate moment of vulnerability and just being like, hey, these are the mistakes, look at them. These are the triumphs, look at them. But what we put out is not necessarily that moment. When we watch movies like Muhammad Ali, the most engaging part was the training session. When you watch Creed, the most of the movie is the training, not the actual final fight. So I was like, let me see, as a visual artist, how can I invite people into that space of creation. So that's how we came up with these. And then we've got over here the reinterpretation of the Final Judgment. I think it's called The Last Judgment by Michelangelo, which is on like the biggest wall in the Sistine Chapel. And again, looking back at what inspired me to become an artist, inspired me to become who I am and where I am right now, that one piece was very monumental to the creation of Chevy.